will say, let us continue this transmission with the following story. Relax, become comfortable, and let us begin in your traditional way, once upon a time. There was, many of your years ago, but yet to you, still many of your years in the future, a world which was fashioned for the purpose of continuing a civilization that had brought itself to the brink of destruction. And this world was fashioned so they could have a second chance at perpetuating their culture, their civilization. These are the ones who made us. The ones who made us found your parallel reality and other parallel realities and fashioned from their own genetic material and yours several hybrid species of which we are one. I began my incarnation in my civilization 137 of your years ago, but yet still 2,700 years in your future. As I was born in my society and allowed to be telepathically connected, I did not forget my connection to my spirit, my higher mind, my oversoul, in which was made an arrangement, an agreement, wherein I would have also what to me is a past life on your world, which is the channel before you. And in that arrangement was set out certain parameters for how that communication would occur, would evolve. And it was taught to me at age 3 that I would contact my past self also at age 3 and form the bridge and the link that would connect us through this life. And I was taught the way of doing these things. For I knew and I remembered that this would be my expression, my passion, to open gateways and open doorways for the consciousnesses of those on the threshold of new awakening and new realities and new experiences. And I was filled with great joy to realize my becoming. And as my orbits around my central star progressed, and I became what you know as the 7th year of life, thus then was I also introduced to another who was to be a counterpart in this endeavor, who, as a female of my society, would also be an initiator of the opening of the gate and the opening of the door. And as such, I would eventually take upon myself the appellation that you have come to know as Bashar. So she would take on the appellation known as Anima. And in this way, together we would work to initiate contact and open many doors so that those civilizations with whom we would interact would eventually be those who would join the alliance of worlds. And in this way did we grow and train and learn and explore together. And before my time, there was the creation by those that made us of a repository of knowledge on our world. And not only upon our world, which in our ancient language is Eththani, place of living light, but on all the other worlds they had fashioned and also placed thereupon other hybrid races, each of whom would play a part in a variety of ways of opening up remembrance, contact, and continuance with the ancestors, which are you, Enani, in our ancient language, the ancestors, the ancient ones, who are in that sense from whom we are made. We are in that sense all the hybrids, your extension and your children, but each plays a different role in the remembrance and rejoining of family. We play our part in initiation, but there are those who will be the first to make open contact with you, who have begun to show their ships to you, as we have named them, those encounters you have come to know as the Phoenix Lights, being representative of one such ship of that group who shall be the first, and are now through us allowed to represent that as we are Eththani and you are Anani, they are the Shalanaya, which means those who will come first. The Shalanaya are our cousins, our brethren, and your immediate children. From those experiences you have labeled abduction on your planet, which is for the further perpetuation of the species of those who made us. Your counterpart humans in a parallel reality who have mutated beyond the recognition of the human form, and in so doing prevented themselves from continuing in the same manner as which you do through reproduction. But in contacting their parallel selves, of which you are parts of the same oversoul, to, shall we say, initiate the idea of contact through what you have called the abductions, did form bonds that were unexpected in their oversouls to allow them to glean and glimmer a new sense of emotionality and the potential of what you can become as a parallel reality that can take a path unlike the path they took. They recognize that you are similarly heading down the same road of destruction, but know that for you there is a fork that they did not take. And in so creating the hybrid races, such as ourselves, did put upon us the task of assisting our ancestors, the Anani, to aid and assist in waking you up as you travel down that path, so that by the time it comes time to arrive at that fork in the road, you will take the one they did not take. And you will take the one that will allow you to continue. And you will take the one that will allow you to rejoin the family that they have taken from you in perpetuating themselves. The family that shall return, the first of which being the Shalanaya. As they return, as they open contact, they will bring gifts of knowledge and awareness. They will remind you of your true histories. Not history in the singular, but histories. All the way back to the origins of the DNA that has plied its way through space, finally arriving in the solar system you call your own, and setting up incarnations on the planet that has been destroyed, Marduk, on the planet that has been destroyed, Mars, on the planet that has yet to be seen as whether it will live or die, the Earth, but which we know you will continue on with. For we would not at this point be speaking with you had you not taken the fork that would allow for the family reunion. We thank you for taking the fork, and even though we know These are still what you would recognize as the dark days of confusion, when it does not always seem as if you are moving toward the light. From our perspective, the gift that you have given to us of life allows us to reflect our knowing back to you that that is the road you are on, for we are on it with you. And we will never, ever leave your side. Though we may present ourselves in various ways at various times and express our beingness with you in a variety of endeavors that shall take different forms, that shall transform, always it will be with the essence of ourselves left within that endeavor that shall continue side by side with you, the Anani, our ancestors. For we thank you for the gift of life, and I thank you for my experience on my world and on yours simultaneously. I am enriched, and we are all enriched by each and every experience you allow us to have of you. For we not only discover more of ourselves on our own world, in our own reality, but we discover more of ourselves through you, through the aspects of you that are within us, as your ancestors, as your descendants, as your children. Fear not. Worry not. You will become what you desire to be. For we see you as you are in our time. And in our time, you are among the stars. And you know who you are. And in our time, there is another form of life on earth, learning its lessons, creating its experiences. But you will leave behind a few things they will ponder, and they will wonder about you and where you went. And in spirit, you will guide them. Even as in body, you will explore other worlds and assist others as we assist you. Other star systems evolving, other cultures evolving. And you will contact them much as we have contacted you. And you will be their entities and make them wonder what lies beyond. And you will bring them up the ladder with all of us as you take your place as a full-fledged member of the Interstellar Alliance. That gathering which together synchronistically expands, enriches all who participate, all who harmonize within it. Because the core is the freedom to be the fullest individual and to learn that by being such, that this is what creates the harmony of unity. That diversity and the strengthening of your diversity, your true nature, is what allows for the harmony of the unification to express itself perfectly, and allows for continued expansion within all that is. We share with you our beating heart, for it is with the unconditional love of all that is that we speak with you, and that we remind you to know yourselves fully. One moment, one moment, one moment, one moment, one moment, one moment. look to your Arizona area in your year of 2010. There shall be another opportunity for contact with the Shalaniah. Look to your Arizona area in your year of 2010. There shall be another opportunity for contact with the Shalaniah. In your year of 2008, you shall have an opportunity to set in motion the circumstances in your society that will allow for the initial recognition to occur in 2010. In 2012, there shall be, in a variety of what you call sacred sites, another opportunity for recognition of the Shalaniah. 5 years hence from then, what you would call your year of 2017, there shall be the first broad awakenings of the memories of contact that has occurred in and around various cities. People will awaken to dreams that are memories. There will be, at first, psychological confusion at this, but by your year of 2020, the dreams will explain themselves sufficiently so that all of these that remember will communicate with all others that recall. And there will be the establishment of communication vehicles, centers, sites on your internet for those that remember the encounters that will reveal themselves in the dreams. After your year of 2025, there will then begin a series of limited open contacts in isolated areas, predetermined, pre-selected, pre-chosen on your planet. In and around your year of 2030, there will be preparations for large-scale open contact in your year of 2033. These events are as we read your energy now. You have the ability in your year of 2008 to put exactly this timeline in motion. You also have the ability to extend this timeline depending on what you do in your year of 2008. It is in your hands now more than ever before. Begin open dialogue. Begin requests of open discussion of what your government knows of extraterrestrial existence. Strongest opportunities that exist in 2008 for the change of your American government. Infuse that change with recognition not only of what must accelerate to aid and assist the environment of your world, but simultaneously with the idea of contact with higher, different, other intelligence. Begin in whatever way is representative of your passion, these dialogues, this infusion, these ideas. Use your imagination. Come from the knowing you. Do not be afraid of the dream. Do not be afraid of the dream. Do not be afraid of the dream. The dream is what will awaken you. That is the paradox. Dare to have the dream that will awaken you. Know yourself. And as you know yourself and give off more of the frequency of your true essential nature, the Shalanaya shall recognize you by that sign and shall gravitate toward those they must meet when the time comes, when the reunion happens. This is simply our opportunity to share these ideas with you, to share this possibility of unfoldment with you. One moment, one moment, one moment. Mommy, Daddy, we will soon no longer be just in your dreams. Mommy, Daddy, if you will have us, we will live side by side on a new world that will be both your and our home. We will be in your dreams. Good night, Mommy. Good night, Daddy. We will see you soon. One moment. Your world is preparing to experience a level of unconditional love in the near future unprecedented on your planet. Even in ancient times with other civilizations that were far more connected, far more in remembrance of their connection to spirit, never before on earth have you gone through the darkness to the light in this way, and the remembrance shall be profound by having taken that path. And the love, once regenerated, shall never be lost again. And in 1,000 of your years, you will no longer incarnate at all as humans on your world, but will, as we said, leave it for others to use for their own journeys, their own experiences, their own discoveries of self, but you will guide them, you will aid them, you will be their spirits, you will be their entities. You will be the ones to whom they turn for guidance. This is your legacy, even as it is wrapped up tightly with ours. For we are one family. And as family, we are inseparable. We love you. All of you. Each of you. Forever and ever and ever. Doggy toys. We are going to remind you now to know yourselves. Remember the simple things we have shown you here. The simple ways. The I am. To be in knowing. The dot on the paper. That's all it takes. Know what you know. You don't need to know what you don't know right now. That is sufficient for you to be all you need to be in this moment. Enjoy yourselves as we enjoy you. Once again, take a deep breath. Let it out. Take another deep breath. Let it out and let all the anxieties go. No worries, no anxiousness. Take another deep breath. And hold it, and hold it, and hold it. And as you let it out, release. And say out loud, I am. And that's all I need to be. And so it is. We will extend to each of you, at this time in perfect timing, our deepest, heartfelt, unconditional love for the co-creation of this interaction. And simply we remind you that no matter in what form it comes, there are more surprises ahead, more excitement around the bend. Your imagination is limitless. Let it be your guide. And it will always lead you into the perfect place and the perfect time and the perfect surprise to discover more of your knowing self. And we will see you in and in between your dreams. Our unconditional love to you, and good day. How did it go? Thank you all very much for being here today. Really appreciate it, and we'll see you sometime. Thanks.
Time has come to lift your gaze from the fire's brightness and catch shadows of your mind. Catch shadows of your mind.